Are you unknowingly sabotaging your own happiness? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, true happiness seems just out of reach? It might surprise you to learn that the biggest obstacles to our happiness often come from within. Today, we're uncovering 7 common ways we get in our own way and how to turn things around. If you're ready to stop self-sabotaging and start living a more joyful life, keep watching. Let's dive into the habits and behaviors that might be holding you back from true happiness. And more importantly, how you can overcome them. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable steps to help you on the path toward living your best life. First up, let's talk about perfectionism. Do you tend to set such high standards for yourself that you never feel good enough? Perfectionism isn't about striving for excellence. It's about setting unattainable standards and constantly feeling like you're falling short. Have you ever spent hours on a project but never felt it was quite right? Or missed a deadline because it wasn't perfect yet? Or do you sometimes do tasks over and over again, unable to move forward because you can't accept anything less than flawless? And do you frequently criticize your efforts no matter how good they are? To help deal with this, try to set realistic goals and focus on the accomplishment instead of fretting about what was missing or where you think you fell short. Celebrate your achievements even if they're not perfect. Try embracing a growth mindset where mistakes are seen as opportunities for learning rather than failures. Next up is negative self-talk. This is when you constantly criticize yourself or expect the worst outcomes. It's that inner voice that tells you you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. Think of a time when you made a mistake and immediately told yourself, "I'm so stupid." Or when you faced a challenge and your first thought was, "I can't do this." Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Are you often harsh or critical of yourself? Do you automatically assume the worst about your abilities or outcomes? To reverse this tendency, practice positive affirmations and self-compassion. Treat yourself like you would a friend. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, challenge those thoughts and don't dwell on them. Replace them with more positive, affirming thoughts such as, "This is a good learning experience, and I'll get it next time." Procrastination is another big one. Delaying tasks not only increases stress, but also reduces your sense of accomplishment. It's a way of avoiding discomfort, but it often leads to more anxiety in the long run. For example, putting off an important assignment until the last minute and then rushing through it, resulting in subpar work. Or continuously postponing a task because it feels too overwhelming to start. Do you often delay tasks until they become urgent or feel overwhelmed by your to-do list? Are there projects or goals you've been putting off for weeks, months, or even years? To help get started on something you've been avoiding, try breaking up the task into smaller, manageable steps, and then set specific deadlines. Reward yourself with something you enjoy after completing each step. Try setting fixed intervals of about 25 minutes for focused work, followed by short breaks in between. This is called the Pomodoro technique, and it's designed to help you stay focused and productive in short bursts. Now let's talk about fear of failure. Fear of failure can be paralyzing. It stops you from taking risks and pursuing your dreams. This fear often stems from a belief that failure is a reflection of your worth. For example, have you ever not applied for a job you really wanted because you were afraid you wouldn't get it? Or do you avoid new experiences because you're worried you won't excel? Do you often stick to what you know and avoid stepping out of your comfort zone because you're afraid you might not succeed? To conquer this, reframe failure as a learning experience. Understand that every failure brings you one step closer to success. Remind yourself that failure is a natural part of growth and doesn't define your worth. Another roadblock to happiness is holding grudges. Holding grudges keeps you stuck in the past and prevents you from moving forward. It drains your energy and can impact your mental and physical health. For example, replaying an argument over and over in your mind and feeling angry every time you think about it, or holding on to resentment long after an incident has occurred. Do old hurts continue to affect your current relationships and well-being? To overcome this, practice forgiveness, not just for the other person, but also for your own peace of mind. Let go of past hurts, first by acknowledging your feelings and then releasing them. Focus on the present and future rather than staying anchored to past grievances. Another barrier to happiness is comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and envy. It's easy to fall into this trap, especially with social media highlighting everyone's best moments. Do you often find yourself scrolling through social media and then feeling like everyone else has a better life than you do? Are you constantly comparing your achievements, looks, or lifestyle to those of others and feeling like you don't measure up? Do you feel envious or jealous? Or like your life isn't as fulfilling when you see others' successes? Instead of monitoring how everyone else is doing, try to focus on your own journey and celebrate your unique strengths and achievements. Remember, social media is often just a highlight reel of people's good times, and outward appearances don't show the whole story. Everyone has doubts and struggles that others don't know about. Make a list of positive things in your life. Practice gratitude for what you have, and recognize that everyone's path is different. Lastly, a real obstacle to living your best life is not setting boundaries. Saying yes to everything and everyone can lead to burnout and resentment. Without boundaries, you can feel overwhelmed and undervalued. For instance, agreeing to take on extra work, even when you're already tired and overloaded, or allowing others to dictate your time and energy without considering your own needs. Do you often feel exhausted or taken advantage of because you can't say no? Are you frequently stressed because you're trying to please everyone? To set boundaries, learn to say no and prioritize your own needs. Setting boundaries is a form of self-respect. Communicate clearly and assertively about your limits and protect your time and energy. A simple statement like, "I'd like to help, but my plate is pretty full right now," will get the point across. Breaking these habits isn't easy, but it's definitely worth it. Remember, self-awareness is the first step toward positive change. By recognizing and addressing these behaviors, you can pave the way to a happier and more fulfilling life. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insightful content about psychology, self-help, and personal growth. See you in the next video.